Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA Ball. I'm Brian Anderson, here with Grant Hill and Stan Van Gundy. And with us on the sidelines, we've got Allie LaForce. And the first season matchup for them against the Mavericks this year.
Oh, they dominated this team a season ago. They beat them every time they played.
Yeah, these teams were in two completely different categories last year, but hopefully the season series this year is much more competitive. Well, he can play the four because he gets off the ground so well.
Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Pass to Jackson. Takes the three. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Well, Jackson brings so much value with his ability to space the floor.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Here's Sunvold. Porzingis sets a screen. Out to the right wing. Clock at 6. Pass to Dort. Oh, stolen by Morant. And up the court they come. The Mavericks on the break. And here's Curry for 3. Another shot. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. Lou Dort picks one up.
And Curry's focus at this point in his career is clear: to keep winning championships.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Minnesota shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And that's good as he hits both shots. And Dallas with possession. It's a three-point game. Pass to Jackson. Outside Curry. 6 to shoot. Jackson, the screen. Dallas needs to get off a shot. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry. Jackson's got 5 points.
You can tell how confident Jackson Jr. is working the pick and roll set. He moves with real purpose.
And that's a foul called on P.J. Washington. That's his first foul. Here's Sunvold. Here he goes. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Just 5 to shoot. And a deep three from Curry. Washington right side. Pass to Bird. They set the pick. Second shot opportunity. Now here's Morant. Unloads. And it's Bird missing.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
McDaniels a screen. And he drives in. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves, no doubt, a team to be reckoned with. Coach Chris Finch said, we come in every single night and compete. No matter what the circumstances are, we expect to win. We root for each other, so I feel like we have all the makings of a tough team.
And they have reason to be confident, Allie. Thank you. And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Outside Morant. 58 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one.
It's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Durant with the bucket.
There's the quick release. KD remarkably fast with the basketball.
Jackson outside. Nails it from beyond the arc. Jackson's got 8 points.
Well, he's 3 for 4 to start out. Right off the bat, you could sense he was dialed in. All business so far.
When you look at the career of Kevin Durant, he's had an amazing list of teammates, Grant.
Yeah, that's true, B.A. And it started with Westbrook and Harden. Then he had Steph, Clay, and Dre, Kyrie, and then Booker and Beal. That is quite the list.
And the dunk by Jackson.
Yeah, he was making sure of that one. Jackson with the strong finish.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. Let's go with a 3. Can't hit that one. The deep 3 from Durant. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Timberwolves ahead, leading by 1. Let's take a... And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in this second quarter. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, yeah, early on, the mid-range jumpers have been an important part of their attack. They're going old school.
And the other thing you notice is how determined they've been to get into the paint and get buckets around the rim.
Well, look, if you want to shoot over Porzingis, you got to create more space than that.
Here's Sunbolt. He's locked in. Dreams his 5th shot in as many attempts.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Gafford the screen. And here's Curry for 3. Again, the miss by Dallas. The Timberwolves lead by 3. Some changes for Minnesota.
First team foul. Substitution on court.
Here's Dillingham. There's the drive. Edwards with it. Now guarded by Harris. Shot clock at 5. Back to Edwards. The 3 is up. Kept alive by Minnesota. Pass to Zubac. The 3, DiVincenzo. Rebounded by Marshall. Mavericks trail by 3. Curry looking it over. There he is. The 3-point king delivers on cue.
Not sure there's such a thing as a bad 3 for Steph.
Into the lane. Oh, stolen by Harris. And a fast break now. The Mavericks on the run. And the dunk by Gafford.
Good fast-paced play there. It's much easier to find a shot when you beat the defense back.
On the wing, Jones. Pass to Zubac. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Gafford the screen. Elbow shot. Look at Steph Curry cooking it up inside. And growing up in California, Stan, when did you first fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, Brian, my dad coached for a long time, and I just remember going to his practices and going to his games. I can't remember a time where I didn't love the game.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Pass to Gafford. And slammed it home, and a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It's going to be on Ivica Zubac.
have all eyes on Steph when he has the ball. His teammates find openings, and he finds them.
Now Zubac. Here is DiVincenzo. Outside Jones. And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Back to Zubac. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
And using his length, getting in close to stuff it down. That's just too easy.
They get it back. Gafford. Soft touch off the glass. Gafford's got 6.
Activity on the glass. That's a possession that could have gotten away from him.
Zubac, screen. Drives to the hoop. Yep, that one goes.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pec.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And the dunk by Gafford.
Curry is so skilled operating the two-man game. He always seems to make the right decision.
Here's Dillingham. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's on Stephen Curry.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
So for Dallas, he hits the second from the line. The Mavericks leading. Shot from the inbound. Oh, Morant from close range.
Because of his ability to elevate and make adjustments in air, Morant has no trouble scoring inside.
Well, he's going to have to watch himself now. It's a little early for that second foul.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And also, I haven't seen a lot of resistance from the defense when it comes to limiting their points in transition.
To the middle. There's Jackson with the 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. 2-for-1 opportunity here.
Hey, if I'm in their shoes, I go for it. I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
Outside Morant. And then Morant with the jam!
Well, this is what the fans want to see. Morant showing off all of his superb athleticism.
Going outside. Pass to Durant. Got it up. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Dallas on top, up by 4. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Pass to Jackson. Here's Bird. Still no points. Shoots from 14. Shot clock at 6. Over to the left wing. To the inside. Here's Washington. Oh, rejected by McDaniels.
Well, that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
Timberwolves trailed by 4. Pass to Sunvolt. From outside the arc. McDaniels, that's good. McDaniels got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And this is something McDaniels continues to work on. Good to see him cash in off the catch.
Here's Sunvolt. McDaniels got room. And Minnesota again with a bucket. Neither team has been able to assert its dominance over the other.
Yeah, the struggle is real tonight. 7 lead changes and still in the third quarter.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, after some down years in Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis said, I really checked myself. From that point on, I started building my game back up. Sometimes when you're younger, your physical abilities might already be there, but your mental is not. Once that all clicks, that's when you've got something.
Well, it's a good way to think of it. Thanks, Allie. Back to Morant. Here's Bird to end the run. Can't get it to drop. Nice D from Durant.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
There's the drive.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Jackson the screen. Here's Bird. And out of bounds. Minnesota will have it. The Timberwolves lead by 5. Dort outside. Three-pointer. And the three-pointer goes. So Dort's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks. Things have been a little bumpy coming into the second half. 5 straight misses.
Here's Sunvolt. And he converts the layup. And now a 10-point Timberwolves lead.
Dare I say, he's had a perfect game. Incredible. No misses thus far. A major reason they lead.
And so Jason Kidd calls for the timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. A different look for Dallas. And Curry's got the ball here for the Mavericks. Still looking for their first bucket of the second half. And it's Gafford driving in. Banked it in off the glass. Gafford's got 10 points in the game.
A shoot-first guard who also is selfless. Curry continues to add to his resume. Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
Well, sometimes you just make shots, but they've certainly come out on a tear here in the third quarter.
Porzingis grabs the board.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Sunvolt, that's good. Stan, you've coached some great defensive anchors in your time. Who do you view as the best in the game today?
Well, Brian, you probably have to start with Rudy Gobert, but we've got guys like Brook Lopez, Jaren Jackson, Anthony Davis, and then we've got 2 young ones coming up that could be as good as we've seen in Wemby and Chet Holmgren.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He wants to review the game plan. 1:31 left to play in the third. And here's Dillingham from the arc. No luck on that one. Mavericks trail by 10. Gafford the screen. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's on Dante DiVincenzo.
And it's almost like Curry's motor never stops running. This is what forces defenders to overcommit.
And he's good on the second. And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. .114 left in the third. Outside Edwards. Pass to Zubac. Here's Dillingham. He's got 7. Edwards fires from way outside. And the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
Yeah, just couldn't make the connection. But you appreciate their attempt at moving the ball.
Gafford the screen. From deep three-point range. Oh, Curry from way out there.
Yeah, another day, another virtuoso performance from Curry. It never ends.
Dillingham. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Oh, excellent way to pad the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your one throwing it down like that.
Which shows you're able to attack the rim from any position.
On the wing, Curry. He's got 13. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
They're really looking to that inside game here in the second half, getting away from taking a bunch of threes. Their strong work ethic has been evident on the glass, really getting after it and being physical. Yeah, showing a little versatility with their offensive attack. In the first half, it was about the three ball. In the second half, they've emphasized interior scoring.
And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
And Minnesota with possession here. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Oh, a good look from Zubac. And another basket from Minnesota.
Here in the second half, they've just found better shots.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting them.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Minnesota leading by 8. Dort for 3. The rebound by Jackson. Now here's Morant. And he can't jam it through. Pass to Porzingis. KP wrecks the rim.
Well, if Porzingis gets within arm's length of the hoop, he's not going to make many mistakes.
Here's Bird from behind the arc. Porzingis grabs the board.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Pass to Billups.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Timberwolves?
Well, they've been owning the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing with down there.
And they've also been so active defensively, getting deflections, forcing turnovers, and scoring off of them.
Pass to McDaniels. And here's Durant. He's guarded by Washington. Durant's shot is off. Mavericks trail by 8. And here's Jackson. There's the 3. Count that one. He's scoring at a nice clip. He's 6 of 9 tonight.
And any decent look from distance, he's taking it. He has that locked-in mentality right now.
Well, he's firing away with confidence from downtown. The defense better adjust to this and fast.
Not just an aggressive scorer, Morant is also a fantastic distributor.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half of this fourth quarter. Sunvold misses. And it's Morant with the ball for the Mavericks. Trailing by 5. Pass to Bird. Here's Billups. 5 on the clock. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Well, with him, he's dangerous because he's so confident. He wants to deliver in these moments.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, I was able to catch the message that Jason Kidd was giving to his team. Coach delivered some inspiration for his team. He said, quote, "We're close. We are inches away from it. Do you feel it? I feel it. This is ours if we want it." Back to you, Ryan.
All right, appreciate it, Allie.
And that's big-time stuff from Durant. He loves being the guy to take important shots.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Outside Curry. Jackson, the screen. Puts up a three. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. They held a 12-point lead earlier. It's stolen by Washington. On the break. The kick out. Curry. For three. Porzingis grabs the board.
Every possession counts for them right now. That's not going to get it done.
The drive. Takes a three. KD from KD. Wow.
Proof that Durant can strike from anywhere, flexing his range with a deep three.
To the paint. Outside for Moran. Pass to Curry. 6 on the shot clock. The three ball. Curry with another miss.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
Now here's McDaniels. Oh, stolen by Morant. Pass to Bird. Jackson outside. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for two.
Really tough to disrupt the rhythm of Jackson Jr. on that shot.
And so Jackson nails both of them. "55 seconds left into the fourth quarter. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two. He hits the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. And so he drops them both, and it's a 9-point game here. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Knocks it loose. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Pass to Durant. Oh, and Jackson with the defensive effort. And a comeback here looking very unlikely.
Absolutely everything would have to go their way at this point.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Counted from distance. Here's Sunvolt. We see the Timberwolves